Hello, this is Sarah and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be showing you how to make the paper Cleveland sage, also known as the blue sage. Please like this video below and subscribe to my channel. You could also find the supplies listed below along with the template to cut this on your Cricut, Silhouette, or other cutting machines. First, you'll have to cut the star-like shapes on green cardstock paper. I added a little bit of purple gouache paint to give some variety to the color. There are 3 sizes, and the first size you need 3. The second size you need 4. The third size you need about 17, and you also need to cut an extra one of the first size but make it bigger, and that will be the bottom leaves. This is the count for the second section, but just for the top, I start with only the first 2 sizes, the smaller ones like a bud on the top. I poke holes on all of them, and I lightly shape the tips by curling it in with a stack at a time. Then we need 24 gauge floral wire, and using pliers make a loop on one end and cover this loop with a small piece of green floral tape. I mold the tape onto the loop and cover the floral wire. Then, going in order from smallest to biggest, string the 3 small ones, and in between every other piece, I like to use white glue to make sure the crisscross of the next piece stays in place. I only do this to every other piece, and for the top only, I just add the 3 small ones and 4 medium ones, and do not add the third size for this top piece. Then use floral tape and go down about an inch or 2 below. Then do the same thing where you add the first 3 small ones and crisscross every other one and glue only the every other piece. Then go on to the 4 medium ones the same way. Then we'll go on to the third size, and after the first 4 of the large ones, I stop adding glue and just string it through until you get all 17 pieces. You could add more or less depending on the height you like. We'll be doing another gap and adding another section, so if you are making a few more like me, you could add more and make thicker as you go down. I did feel like the Cleveland sage went from a small bunch on the top and gets bigger as it goes down, so this is what we are trying to mimic here. You also need to add those 2 extra ones that were the bigger size of the first piece. This will act as our leaves that go on the bottom of the flower. Then create the gap with floral tape again, about an inch or 2 below. I like to make it random, so maybe do the first gap a little shorter and the second gap could be a little bit wider. I will be doing the same steps and making a total of 4 bundles on one stem, with the first one on the top being a small one without the larger pieces. Then finish floral taping the rest of the wire. The next part will be the flowers, and this piece should have a corner on the bottom with a straight side on the right and a rounded side on the left. And that rounded side will be the little tab where we glue. Fold that tab and bring the right straight end on top. I also use my poking tool to open it back up and hold the tab down where the glue was. Once the flower is opened up, it should look like a cone on the bottom with petals on the top side. Curl the petals out and there should be a center fringe piece. Roll up that center piece and add glue and add that to the center of the flower. The 3 little fringes should stick out of the flower. Then add glue on the bottom of the cone and dig into the top area of the green part and stick the cone into that part and make sure the side with 3 petals, the middle one being a little bit longer, that 3 petal piece should face down. You could add a few on each section. Some of the Cleveland sage has a lot of flowers and some only have a few, so you could add as many as you want on each section. The Cleveland sage is a California native and it's very unique. These could grow up to 3 to 5 feet tall, so you can definitely make them taller. I like adding a couple in my bud vases, and I think they would also be the perfect flower that gives height in an arrangement. Please like this video below and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.